All right, here we go again. All right, example 2. Now notice, what are you given? Side, side, side. So we're given side, side, side this time, but the problem is that we are going to actually solve the triangle. Hopefully you remember what that means. To solve the triangle, that means that we are going to solve for every missing part. Now we know all the sides, which means really we just need to find all the angles. So if you recall from the note from the beginning, we want to find the largest angle first. So it doesn't matter what we label these. It could be X, Y, Z. You can use your A, B's, and C's. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to call these A, B, and C. So this would be then our side C, side B, side A, right? Those are the opposite ones. So if this is your largest side, the angle across from it is your largest angle. So if this is supposed to be obtuse, if I drew it correctly, then this will give us an obtuse angle. Okay, so we're going to go through, we're going to fill that in, starting with the C. So I'm not writing the equation out this time. If you need to refer to your equations, go ahead and do so. We're looking for angle C, so we have to start with side C. So this is 12 squared. It doesn't matter what order the A and B's are in, but this is then A squared plus B squared minus 2 times A times B times the cosine of angle C. Okay, so this is normally where students mess up, simply on the order of operations. So I'm going to go through it in pieces so that we can make sure that we're good to go. So here we have our 144, our 100, this is our 25, minus 100, cosine of C. All right. Since this is multiplied here, I can't separate those besides doing division, so I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to subtract 100 and bring it over, subtract 25 and bring it over. Okay, so once I do that, we should get 19, I believe it is. So we get 19 equals negative 100 cosine of C. Now we can divide. So we have 19 divided by negative 100 equals cosine of C. How do we find C? You got it. You got to do your inverse. So to find angle C, you have to do the cosine inverse of 19 over negative 100. And this gives you approximately 100.953 degrees. Okay, so we have one thing, we have our angle C. So angle C is 100.953 degrees. Whew, sloppy. Okay? All right, so now that we have angle C, we need to find the other angles. Now you can use the law of cosines again, but now that we have a corresponding sided angle, we can actually go back and use the law of sines instead. So if we use the law of sines, it will be so much easier and quicker than doing that again. All right, so I'm going to use the law of sines now, and I'm going to find angle A. Okay, so I'm going to look for angle A now. So this is, we're going to do 12 divided by the sine of 100.953 degrees. And I'm not going to go through all this process because you should know what you're doing at this point. 10 divided by the sine of angle A. If you want to pause this, like I said before, see if you can work this out, you go ahead and do so. Okay? So then this gives us that angle A is approximately 55 degrees. I didn't round that properly, so you're going to have to forgive me for that one. And then you can just subtract them. Right? And so I know I don't have exactly the right answer here, and I'm not going to do this. Oh, that's not C, that's B. And I'm not going to do it while we are here recording. So this one is approximately 24 degrees. So you'll have to, figure out exactly what those are because I didn't do it ahead of time. And so here we go. We have solved it. We have all the sides, we have all the angles. Okay? All right, one more problem. Here we go. Find the measure of angle of AD. So this is what we're looking for here. So I'm going to put a big X over it. That's what we ultimately want to find. So we can see here, we know how long this whole side BC is. We want to find the measure of AD. Now we do not want to make assumptions in this class of right angles. We don't want to make that assumption. Okay, so we just act like it's not until we've done enough math to see if it is or is not a 90-degree angle. Okay, now this is our longest side, so I'm going to use the law of cosines to find angle B. Okay, you're welcome to pause, try it all for yourself so you can find AD by yourself and then come back. It's totally up to you. Okay, so it doesn't matter what order you do these in. That side is 6 squared minus 2 times 5 times 6 cosine of angle B. Now we did the work before. I did all the little steps before. You're going to have to work through that yourself and see if you can get it. If you can't, we'll talk next class. Alright, so angle B, yeah, again, I didn't round properly, is 78 degrees. Alright, so there's angle B. Now, once I know angle B is 78, right, and we were given side, side, side initially, now I can just focus on this triangle here that maybe you can see with the yellow over the yellow. There we go, right? So if we focus on this triangle here, then we have again a side angle side, right? So we have a side, an angle, and a side. So I can do the law of law of cosines again, and I can just solve for x. Okay? So it would be x squared equals, doesn't matter what order, 2 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 5 times 2, cosine of 78 degrees. And again, this is just a straight plug and chug. You'll get x squared equals something, right? And you'll take the square root of those, and you should get x, which equals the measure of AD to be approximately, and I'm not rounded properly, 4.98 feet. And this is your ultimate answer. And a booyah! Okay, so that's it. That was your homework. Isn't that awesome? Unless I gave you anything else to do. Have your notes ready to start applications next class. See ya later.